You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Here's a look from the Round Mountain Alert wildfire camera in Modoc County. You can see clouds developing throughout the day. We hope that the good news is on the way, that being sunny and warm temperatures ahead. I don't know, but Howie does, and he's in the Weather Center. Hi, Howie.
Hi, Jerry. Yes, we are looking at tremendous improvements temperature-wise and sunshine-wise, as there was a lack thereof the last couple, 2-3 days. But we are going to be on the mend, because for days we were seeing 80 degrees, and then we got cut short, but we'll make it back. Okay, here's our Inskip Hill Camera 1. That's in Tehama County, looking off towards the northeast. Another Alert California Live from several hours ago, because those clouds are beginning to thin. Partly cloudy for tonight. Warmer next week, some rain potential very soon. Okay, here's a look at our high temperatures for today. Here is what we saw. So temperatures up a little bit. Now, here is what we're looking at low temperature wise. Okay, in the valley, dropping down into the 40s. We were for days on end staying in the 50s. Now all of a sudden back in the 40s overnight. Weaverville dropping to 36. Alturas returning now, dropping down to the 20s as that moisture, that cloud cover disperses. Now that heat escaping into the atmosphere, Alturas is getting chilly, but back up to 65 for tomorrow. And look at the valley. Remember, our average is about 77-ish. We were in the 50s and 60s over the weekend. So here we go now. Another shock to the system from the hot to cold, now back to the warm to hot temperatures once again. Weaverville and Hayfork up in the 76, 79 degree range. Okay, here's our future cast. You're seeing those clouds thin. Why? Storms are pulling further away from west to east, further from the area. So with that, clouds dispersing as well as the showers, not looking at that rain anymore. Maybe they were lingering a little bit in the highest of elevations. Other than that, we are headed into drier times. All right, that's our future cast. That's Monday. And here we are now Monday at about 3 o'clock or 5 o'clock for tomorrow. There's the storms that brought the snow that I showed you the totals, that brought some rain. And now those storms are beginning to move. They are moving away, getting further from the area. High pressure out there over the Pacific, coming closer to us. And with that, what is the result? Well, high pressure pushing down in the atmosphere, allowing for those clouds to disperse, pushing down and warming us, pulling that warmer air up from the south, and diverting and holding these storms away from us, because when these storms drop down, all that cooler air with the low pressure from the north dropped in, and you saw the temperatures more than 15, almost 20 degrees below average over the weekend. Now, high pressure will hold all those storms at bay and really free to roam and rule the area, once again keeping us warm. Now, we could maybe Wednesday-ish or even by next weekend see a few storms kind of come close or move through the area. I'm going to limit that to showers in the highest of elevations. If maybe by the weekend some of this cooler air does drop down, we might drop down temperature-wise, but I'm going to hold rain over the next week to higher elevations, while areas in the valley staying completely on that dry side as high pressure stays in control for most of and really much of the rest of the way. Okay, so here's Monday, back to 79 degrees, and then, hey, by Wednesday, Thursday, maybe our first taste of 90-degree weather, and I talked about it. Maybe some of that low pressure does drop down as we get closer to the weekend, and we might cool down. But for now, getting back to the warm and hot weather, Jerry.
All right, thanks, Howie. Here is the interaction.